Hello, guys. Welcome to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. Starting with second choice goalkeeper Inaki Pena, as it has been reported that Barcelona will try to convince the La Masia graduate to stay for Barca at least for one more season. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about this transfer rumor claiming that Barca are currently losing ground in the race to sign this in-demand Bundesliga forward Marcus Thuram. We are also going to be discussing on that. So, guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. While the future of Sergio Busquets has been dominating the headlines of late, Barcelona also have the contract situation of goalkeeper Inaki Pena to worry about. The 24-year-old La Masia product is also in the final few months of his contract with the Catalans. Talks over renewal had been taking place, but the custodian has decided to start the negotiations recently. It has been a difficult campaign for Pena as he has managed to just three appearances in all competitions. Given Marc-Andre Ter Stegen's imperious form, Pena's situation is unlikely to improve anytime soon either. It has led to concerns within the Spanish top shot-stopper about game time, and he is now considering leaving Barcelona as a free agent at the end of the season. But according to Ferran Martinez of Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona are still hoping to keep hold of Pena and want to convince him to stay put at the club for at least one more year. The Catalan Giants continue to rate Pena highly and value his talent, while initially they were hoping to keep hold of him for at least until 2026. They now hope to retain him for at least one more year. It is stated that Barcelona are aware that it would be difficult for them to find a new goalkeeper like Pena to provide backup to Ter Stegen. But if they are unable to do so, the plan is for Arno Tenners to be promoted to the senior team from Barca Athletics so that the 21-year-old can be second choice. His contract also expires in the summer, but the club retained the option to unilaterally extend him for 2 more years. Inaki Pena, of course, has been making headlines these past few days. The player continued to beg for game time, of course, which does not look like a possibility anytime soon. Inaki Pena have been the second choice goalkeeper since Neto Morora left the club, who quite remember last summer when Barca finally sold Neto to Bournemouth in the Premier League. Of course, then Inaki Pena had to be promoted. And definitely, it seems as though there's a lot of impatience when it comes to Inaki Pena. Just not even up to one season being a second choice goalkeeper, Inaki Pena is contemplating of leaving the club. And definitely, we all understand that yes, he once went on loan to Galatasaray, had some game time there, and he's really hungry for more game time. But I still believe that this guy will still have a chance in the near future. Of course, Ter Stegen is much more older than him. He's still 23. Ter Stegen is almost 30. So I think there will be time for him to be the first choice. But from the look of things, the player is so impatient. And yesterday, there were reports claiming how Inaki Pena wants to stall the negotiation talks that Barca want to bring forward. Like Barca want to extend his contract because he's one of those players whose contract comes to an end at the end of this season, which definitely means that if the season ends without any contract talks, Inaki Pena will depart the club as a free agent. And Barcelona would not like such a scenario because they really value this guy. He grew up in the La Masia setup. And Javi have always been having hope. Yeah, definitely this season he have caught in 3 games. I think 2 Copa del Rey clashes. He have been the one catching. And one in the Champions League against Victoria Pleasant. So as it stands right now, Inaki Pena is not happy about the situation. It is very clear as the player and his camp are not happy and they have stalled negotiation talks, which means that the player really wants situations to change as soon as possible. and he's seriously contemplating of departing FC Barcelona. Of course, I would say this one comes as a shocking story because Inaki Pena is one of those guys that I always know that he loves Barca with all his heart and will do everything to ensure that he will be the first choice goalkeeper. But it remains to be seen if where does he even think to go to if he really wants to be the first choice, except it is a lower club in another league. Because to be honest, I don't see any top club because they have not seen how often he have been catching in top clubs for him to guarantee that he will be a first choice stopper somewhere else. I don't think so. Then moving on to the final story of discussion, Barcelona losing ground in the race to sign in-demand Bundesliga forward. Keeping in mind the club's economic woes and issues with financial fair play regulations, Barcelona are heading into the summer with the intention to sign cost-effective options in the market. The club have been strongly linked with a move from Manchester City veteran Ilkay Gundogan, whose current deal expires at the end of the season. They are in a good position to sign Inigo Martinez of Athletic Club as well. In another such operation, Barca have shown the desire to sign Marcus Thuram. The French attacker currently plies his trade for Borussia Mönchengladbach and is poised to become a free agent in the summer, thus arousing the interest of the Catalan giants. However, according to Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona are slowly losing ground in the race to sign Thuram. There has been no consensus surrounding the potential signing of the Frenchman within the camp, and the club have not made an approach for the player in weeks now. This has allowed other clubs to move ahead in the race to sign Thuram. One club that stands out in particular is Bayern Munich. The German giants are looking for reinforcements in the attacking department. A number 9 is a priority after having lost Robert Lewandowski last summer. That is where Marcus Thuram comes into the fray. With 11 goals in the Bundesliga this season, the Frenchman has shown exceptional quality and is capable of playing as a number 9. His experience in German football, coupled with his status as a free agent in the summer, makes him an appealing target for Bayern. In addition to the Bavarians, Thuram has also emerged as a target for other European giants such as Chelsea and Atletico Madrid. This has left Barcelona trailing in the race, and the Catalans must move swiftly if they are to have any hopes whatsoever of signing the Gladbach attacker this summer. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.